Imagine the quiet corners of the most opulent homes, the ones only seen by those who tidy up the grandeur. What if the person sweeping up dust was also sweeping up secrets? Meet Alara. For 2 years, she navigated the vast, marble halls of Victor Thorne's mansion, her presence as quiet and consistent as the sunrise. She polished antique furniture, vacuumed plush carpets, and organized endless wardrobes, her movements efficient, almost invisible. Yet beneath the crisp uniform and the serene facade, Alara held story. A powerful, simmering narrative that few could ever guess. Her hands, calloused from years of work, held not just dust cloths but also the threads of a meticulously woven plan. In a world where power often speaks the loudest, Alara chose the path of quiet observation, of deliberate, unseen action. This wasn't just a job, it was a mission, a patient, unwavering pursuit of truth in plain sight. We often underestimate the strength found in the unassuming, the wisdom hidden in plain view. Keep watching to uncover the truth behind her quiet resolve. But Alara wasn't just cleaning floors. She was meticulously piecing together a puzzle, a quiet rebellion brewing beneath the surface of the polished marble. A lavish charity gala, the pinnacle of Californian high society, the air thick with the scent of money, ambition, and designer perfume, and an invitation for the housekeeper. Was it a gesture of kindness, or something far more sinister? Victor Thorne, the quintessential self-made millionaire, or so the glossy magazines claimed, stood tall beside his impeccably dressed wife, Serafina. Their smiles, though frequent, rarely reached their eyes. For Victor, wealth was not merely about comfort. It was a weapon, a tool for manipulation and control. His latest target? Alara. He saw her as nothing more than an insignificant cog in his household, a symbol of the lower strata, ripe for a cruel jest. The invitation to his exclusive Diamonds and Dreams charity ball was precisely that, a setup designed to humble her, to remind her and everyone else of her place. They envisioned her awkwardness, her discomfort, a spectacle for their amusement. It was a classic display of social humiliation, a tactic often deployed by those in power to assert dominance and diminish others. But Victor, in his arrogance, failed to grasp that Alara carried a burden far heavier than any cleaning supplies, a past intricately woven into the very fabric of his family's history. He couldn't possibly know that Alara's mother, a talented pianist with a gentle soul, had once graced the very same halls, not as a guest, but as a beloved piano teacher to a young Arthur Thorne, Victor's own father. This secret connection, buried deep within the family's past, held the key to Alara's unwavering resolve. Her mother had found more than just employment with Arthur. She found love, a clandestine affair that led to Alara's birth, making her Arthur's unacknowledged child and Victor's half-sister. When Arthur Thorne passed away unexpectedly, Victor, driven by greed and a desire to consolidate power, had ruthlessly cut off the financial support that had sustained Alara and her mother. He sold the small, cozy house that had been their sanctuary, casting them adrift into a life of hardship and struggle. Alara remembered the cold eviction notice, the tears in her mother's eyes, the gnawing emptiness in their stomachs. This wasn't just a slight. It was a profound injustice that had scarred her childhood and fueled a quiet fire within her. It was this deep-seated memory, this raw wound of betrayal, that brought Alara to Victor Thorne's doorstep 2 years ago, not for employment, but for something far more profound, justice. How would you react if you were set up for public ridicule? What Victor, in his arrogance, failed to grasp was that Alara carried a burden far heavier than any cleaning supplies, a past intricately woven into the very fabric of his family's history. Beneath the glittering chandeliers, a different kind of truth was about to be served, a truth born from a past shrouded in betrayal and injustice. The Thorne Gala shimmered with an illusion of perfection. Guests, draped in jewels and designer suits, sipped champagne, their laughter echoing through the grand ballroom. Victor and Serafina, basking in the spotlight, watched as Alara, dressed simply but with an undeniable quiet dignity, moved through the crowd. They expected her to cower, to feel out of place. They expected a show, and Alara was about to give them one, though not the one they anticipated. As the evening wore on, a hush fell over the room for Victor's customary address. He cleared his throat, a smug smile playing on his lips. Then, from the back of the room, a clear, steady voice cut through the air. "Excuse me, Mr. Thorne." It was Alara. Every eye turned. Victor's smile faltered, replaced by irritation. Seraphina's eyes narrowed. "I believe there's a story that needs to be told tonight," Alara continued, her voice gaining strength. "A story about legacy, family, and the true meaning of inheritance." She walked slowly, deliberately, towards the podium, her gaze fixed on Victor. A tremor of unease ran through the room. "You see," she began, now standing just feet from a bewildered Victor, "I am Alara, and I am your sister. Your half-sister, to be precise." A collective gasp swept through the guests. Victor's face, initially pale with shock, contorted into a mask of furious denial. "This is preposterous," he bellowed. But Alara was undeterred. "Our father, Arthur Thorne, was a man of great wealth, yes, but also a man who had secrets." She paused, letting the implication hang in the air. "One of those secrets was me. Another was his untimely death. Then came a bombshell. You, Victor, poisoned him. Slowly, with arsenic, to ensure you inherited everything, unchecked, undeniable." A murmur, then a roar, erupted from the crowd. Victor lunged forward, but security guards, pre-alerted by Alara's carefully laid plan, quickly restrained him. Alara then unfurled a series of documents, projected onto the large screen behind them. Medical reports, a meticulously kept journal detailing Arthur's declining health, suspicious financial transactions, and damning emails. "This wasn't an impulsive act," Alara explained, her voice steady and resolute. "For 2 years, I wasn't just cleaning this house. I was investigating it. I was living among the evidence, piecing together the truth that you so desperately tried to bury." She spoke of the courage it took to face the very man who had cast her mother and her into destitution. It was an act of quiet, persistent courage, gathering every shred of proof. But Alara wasn't alone in her quest. A network of unlikely allies, working in the shadows, helped bring the full weight of Victor's depravity to light. She introduced them. Sarah, the investigative journalist, whose sharp instincts had helped verify every lead. Mr. Davies, the inheritance lawyer, whose knowledge of the Thorne family trust was invaluable. And most crucially, Dr. Elena Rostova, Arthur Thorne's private physician, who, plagued by guilt and a suppressed suspicion, had secretly kept samples that revealed traces of the poison. Their collective efforts, like intricate gears in a complex machine, had finally brought the truth into the unforgiving light of day. Witness the moment truth shattered a facade. The spotlight shifted from glitzy glamour to grim reality as justice, long delayed, finally found its moment. The opulent gala dissolved into chaos. Victor Thorne, stripped of his bravado, was led away in handcuffs, his furious protests echoing uselessly in the grand hall. The guests, initially stunned, quickly turned their backs on him, their whispers turning into outright condemnation. The news spread like wildfire, painting a vivid picture of betrayal at the highest levels of society. Within weeks, the legal proceedings began, swift and merciless. Faced with overwhelming evidence, including Dr. Rostova's testimony and the meticulously cataloged financial irregularities, Victor Thorne was convicted of murder, financial fraud, extortion, and corruption. The judge, citing the premeditation and the systemic nature of his crimes, handed down a sentence of 25 years, a stark reminder that no one, no matter how powerful, is above the law. With Victor behind bars, a new chapter began for Thorne Enterprises. The company, once a symbol of ruthless ambition, was now on the brink of collapse, its reputation in tatters. It was a fragile giant, teetering. But instead of letting it crumble, Alara stepped forward. As Arthur Thorne's true heir, she inherited the majority stake. The transition wasn't easy. Many employees were wary, scarred by Victor's tyrannical rule. But Alara approached it with the same quiet determination she had shown in her quest for justice. She didn't storm in with grand pronouncements. Instead, she listened. She spoke with employees, from the factory workers to the senior managers. She initiated sweeping reforms, focusing on ethical sourcing, fair wages, and a supportive work environment. The results were slow at first, then astounding. Employee morale soared, productivity increased, and surprisingly, profits began to climb, not through cutthroat tactics, but through genuine commitment to quality and integrity. For instance, she repurposed funds from exorbitant executive bonuses into a new employee health and wellness program, immediately seeing a reduction in sick days and a surge in team spirit. The ripple effect was undeniable. Customers, drawn to the company's renewed transparency and ethical stance, returned in droves. See how one woman's courage transformed an empire. Yet, Alara's legacy extended far beyond the boardroom. It was etched into the lives she touched, transforming her personal vendetta into a widespread beacon of hope. More than just a story of revenge, this is a testament to the enduring power of dignity, the quiet strength of the unseen, and the profound impact one person can have on the world. Alara's journey, born from a deep personal wound, transcended individual retribution. It became a powerful testament to how one person's unwavering commitment to truth can dismantle a system built on deceit and greed. She didn't seek the spotlight for herself. She sought to shine a light on injustice. With the company stabilized and thriving, Alara didn't hoard her immense wealth. Instead, she channeled it into creating lasting change. She established scholarship funds for students from disadvantaged backgrounds, ensuring that talent, not economic status, determined who received an education. She launched microcredit programs, empowering small business owners, especially women, to lift themselves out of poverty. And perhaps most poignantly, she founded robust support networks for victims of domestic violence, creating safe havens and offering legal assistance, a silent nod to the vulnerability her own mother had experienced. Alara's story reminds us that true worth isn't measured by the size of one's bank account or the grandeur of their home. It's measured by the integrity of one's actions, the courage of their convictions, and the positive impact they have on the lives of others. It's a powerful narrative about finding your voice even when society tries to silence you, and about transforming personal pain into collective empowerment. She started as a cleaner, overlooked and underestimated, yet she became an architect of justice, a beacon of hope, and a living example that dignity and determination are the most valuable assets of all. More than just a story of revenge, this is a testament to the enduring power of dignity, the quiet strength of the unseen, and the profound impact one person can have on the world. Alara's journey, born from a deep personal wound, transcended individual retribution. It became a powerful testament to how one person's unwavering commitment to truth can dismantle a system built on deceit and greed. She didn't seek the spotlight for herself. She sought to shine a light on injustice. With the company stabilized and thriving, Alara didn't hoard her immense wealth. Instead, she channeled it into creating lasting change. She established scholarship funds for students from disadvantaged backgrounds, ensuring that talent, not economic status, determined who received an education. She launched microcredit programs, empowering small business owners, especially women, to lift themselves out of poverty. And perhaps most poignantly, she founded robust support networks for victims of domestic violence, creating safe havens and offering legal assistance, a silent nod to the vulnerability her own mother had experienced. Alara's story reminds us that true worth isn't measured by the size of one's bank account or the grandeur of their home. It's measured by the integrity of one's actions, the courage of their convictions, and the positive impact they have on the lives of others. It's a powerful narrative about finding your voice even when society tries to silence you, and about transforming personal pain into collective empowerment. She started as a cleaner, overlooked and underestimated. Yet she became an architect of justice, a beacon of hope, and a living example that dignity and determination are the most valuable assets of all. Let Alara's journey inspire your own path. Her story, a vibrant testament to justice and self-worth, echoes a truth we often overlook, reminding us that every person, regardless of their circumstances, holds the potential for extraordinary impact. If Alara's courage resonated with you, hit subscribe to join our community and discover more stories of ordinary people achieving extraordinary things. What's one act of quiet strength you've witnessed or enacted? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going about the true measure of a person's worth.